forget what you might think about ancient stories. This isn't just history. This is a high-stakes political thriller. We're talking a raw, brutal look at loyalty, ambition, and what happens when the line between hero and villain gets completely blurred in a kingdom that's right on the edge of total collapse. And really, this whole thing forces us to ask a huge, timeless question. Who holds the real power? Is it the person with the crown on their head or the person with the army at their back? The story we're about to dive into is a masterclass in power politics. And as we're going to see, the answer gets written in blood. All right, so let's set the scene. Our story kicks off right after a devastating civil war. King David's kingdom is incredibly fragile, loyalty is paper thin, and the entire nation is just, well, it's a tinderbox, just waiting for a single spark to set the whole thing on fire all over again. And boom, here's that spark. This guy, a man named Sheba, steps forward, and with one defiant shout, he taps into all that simmering resentment and basically just lights the fuse on a brand new rebellion. And the effect? Oh, it's immediate. It's catastrophic. The northern tribes just break away from David. The kingdom, which was barely stitched back together, just rips apart. Again, David is now facing a massive crisis. So what's the king to do? While he makes a big political move, he sidelines his powerful, but let's be honest, super controversial general, Joab. And in his place, he appoints a new man, Amasa, to go crush this rebellion. This is a chess move, right? He's trying to consolidate his power and reward a new ally. And man, is the clock ticking. David gives his new commander this razor-thin deadline. You've got 3 days. 3 days to get the army together. The pressure is absolutely immense because every single moment of delay just lets the rebellion get stronger. So does he do it? Nope. Amasa fails. You can see it right here on the timeline. The 3-day deadline comes and it goes. He's late. And look, this isn't just, oops, I'm running behind. This is a huge mistake that creates a dangerous power vacuum and really forces the king's hand. You can practically feel David's panic rising. He's terrified this guy, Sheba, is going to do even more damage than Absalom did. And remember, Absalom was his own son who almost destroyed the entire kingdom. So David can't wait any longer. He sends out his elite troops under another officer. But trailing right behind them, seeing his chance, is the guy who just got fired, the ambitious and very dangerous General Joab. Okay, so this is where everything takes a really dark turn. For Joab, the general who got pushed aside, this isn't about crushing a rebellion anymore. Oh no, this is about taking back the power he thinks is his, plain and simple. The stage is set. The two forces finally meet up. Amasa, the new guy, finally shows up to take command, and he has absolutely no idea he's walking straight into a trap laid by the very man he just replaced. So Joab strolls up, and he's the perfect picture of a friend, right? He greets Amasa with all the warmth of a brother, totally disarming him with this simple, deceptive question. And it is just chillingly calculated. Watch this. Step 1, the warm, friendly greeting. Step 2, he reaches for Amasa's beard, to give him that customary kiss of respect. But what Amasa doesn't see is the dagger Joab's got hidden in his other hand. And then, step 3, in one single, brutal move, that friendly gesture becomes murder. And just like that, the new commander is on the ground, dying in his own blood, right in the middle of the road. And the whole army, they just freeze. Everything grinds to a dead stop. But then, in this moment of pure chaos, one of Joab's guys does something brilliant. He steps up and completely reframes what just happened. He shouts out to all the stunned soldiers and basically says, if you're for Joab, you're for King David, so follow Joab. Just like that, he seizes the narrative. The army, now leaderless, just falls in line behind the murderer. So with the army now his, Joab goes after the rebel Sheba. But the person who's going to stop him next isn't another soldier. It's a wise woman with a much, much better idea. Joab corners Sheba in this fortified city called Abel, and he immediately starts building a ramp, getting ready to just smash the wall down. He is totally willing to destroy an entire city and all the innocent people inside it just to get to this one guy. But then, this woman from the city wall calls out, and she offers a deal instead of a fight. Think about it. Joab's position is destroy a whole city to get one rebel. Her counteroffer, it's just simple, brilliant logic. How about we just hand over the one rebel and you save the city? Joab, seeing the logic, agrees.
The woman goes back to her people, convinces them with her wisdom, and she is good for her word. They cut off Sheba's head and toss it right over the wall. The siege is over. Not with a bang, but with a bargain.
All right, so the rebellion's over. Order is restored. But you gotta step back and ask yourself, who really won here?
Joab sounds the trumpet. It's all over. The army goes home. And on the surface, this looks like a huge win for King David, right? His kingdom is back together. But if you look closer, the real story is in the fine print. This list of David's officials after everything went down, it tells the real story. Look right at the top, commander of the army, Joab. The guy who was fired, the guy who murdered his replacement in cold blood, he is now officially back in charge of the entire military. And that's the new reality in the kingdom. David might be sitting on the throne, but the real power, the army, that now belongs to the general who committed murder to get his job back. He didn't ask for his position back. He just took it.
And that brings us right back to where we started. The kingdom is safe, sure, but it was saved through treachery. So it really makes you wonder, when order is restored with a dagger in the dark, is that truly a victory? Or is it just a chilling warning of what's still to come?